For many families on Guam who rely on public assistance for help getting into a program such as the Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher, it's a big deal. But apparently miscommunication between applicants and GURA is resulting in the removal of families from the waiting list. PNC's Jolene Tovis has more.
For many families here on Guam who rely on public assistance, getting into a program such as Section 8 is a big deal, but it appears that there may be some confusion on what steps the applicant must continue to take in order to remain on the program, as many have already received a notice of action saying that they've been disqualified because they haven't followed through with those steps. The Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Program waiting list was opened earlier this year, allowing applicants to participate in a lottery with the potential to win a spot on the 2-year waiting list for housing assistance. If chosen, the lucky applicant received a congratulatory letter in the mail with instructions on what's next. So what's the problem? Well, for several applicants, they allege that they received another letter in the mail, specifically a notice of action, removing them from the waiting list for failure to notify GURA in writing of continued interest in the Section 8 program. According to PNC sources, there have been several complaints received by GURA for failure to notify continued interest. But as you can see, nowhere in the congratulatory letter or the post-lottery advisement sheet does it indicate that the applicant must submit a letter of continued interest every 6 months. GURA Director Mike Duenas.
As the 6-month anniversary would approach, they should have received a letter from us saying you have to indicate your give us a notice of continued interest. They should have received that letter as well.
Herein lies the problem. According to several complaints from Section 8 applicants, that letter from GURA was never received. In addition to this, GURA's website for the Section 8 program only advises the applicants of their status in the wait list.
Well, I guess we know we have a valid mailing address if they received the notice of termination. But they also would have been informed on what to do if they felt that they did everything they could to comply with the regulations.
GURA is adamant that the letter was sent out to all applicants and a copy of that letter was placed in the applicant's file. However, without a postage stamp, there is no way to indicate whether or not the letter was actually received by an applicant. But there still may be hope for applicants to receive the Notice of Action letter. Applicants have 10 days from the date of the Notice of Action letter to file an appeal. And according to Duenas, if an appeal is granted, the applicant would be placed back on the waiting list.
All right, thanks, Jolene, for that report. Well, Duenas adds that if you have won the appeal to the Notice of Action, there will be no increase in wait time when placed back on the wait list.